Welcome to another episode of Life Agame. So in this episode, we're going to describe exactly the position that you all have me in, seeing as my high function kept catching you and you have no other resort other than lowering my function so that you can attempt to manipulate it into crimes, insecurities, and dysfunctions that you can use to justify continuing to attack me. Now, what was happening is, once again, my function was extremely high. I was explaining things. I even made a computer, right? And I made it made sense. I mean, you could disprove it. But you didn't like how smart I was getting. Control dysfunction as it is, doesn't like anything that's higher functioning than it because it fears being controlled. So, hold on, where am I? So, false excuse that doesn't really make any sense to kick me out or put me on the street is asserted by the entire group. It's not just one person, so I'm never mad at one person here. It's the entire group that did this. Hey, you guys wanted to destroy my computer because I said several times that as I structured it and it became solid, that it actually increased my ability to understand, articulate, and explore everything on the logical, physical, mass realm. I don't know how else to say that. I'm not trying to say Dungeons and Dragons phrases. But you guys knew, based on my expression, that if one of you broke my computer, then you would be questioned on why you were allowed to have higher function as a group. If you were breaking other people's higher functions, which you have no good answer for, which would therefore expose you to a logical structure for taking away your higher function. So this method of kicking me out and putting me on the street creates an exhaust challenge where you claim that it's my job to take care of my computer, and because I have nowhere to put it, and you know I have nowhere to put it. Perfect timing. Fuck that. I'm not talking to her. Fuck that. Fuck her. All right. So. You know I have nowhere to put it, and so your challenge is you're supposed to be higher functioning. If you're higher functioning, you should be able to figure this out. You won't allow me to. You won't cooperate until eventually I have to abandon or destroy it, and then you'll claim that I'm the one that destroyed it by some sort of dysfunction in my ability to maintain security of a project that you were destroying at a distance. So therefore, you still technically destroyed it because A, the reason I'm on the street is unverified, unjustified, illogical, it makes no sense. And B, it was your goal to destroy it somehow anyway. So this is still you destroying it. So all the things that were going to occur if one of you destroyed it, it's still occurring. It doesn't matter. So not only that, but your goal prior to or after getting the computer destroyed is to also, while I'm on the street, lower my function to a controllable state so that basic control like access to food, access to water, access to jobs, all that stuff. Things that after a while the physiological part of me ought to take over and start making decisions for itself, and then using those goals to manipulate me into doing anything it takes to create a dysfunction that you can actually use to challenge my growth and my cellular reconstruction. So the things that you need to get are going to be sexual, violence, or some form of stealing. Meaning, in order to claim that I have a dysfunction that allows and justifies you guys being able to control me the way that you would like to continue but have no right, you would have to get me to do something sexual, get me to express some form of violence that is unjustified, or clip it and try to make it seem as if it's unjustified, or get me to steal or take things from people so that you can justify taking away things from me. And I am too aware, and you're not going to get that. Now, previously, before, I couldn't really understand the situation. I couldn't express it this well. So I would always kind of logically retreat because I couldn't say that I was entirely in the right. But now knowing that I'm entirely in the right, this structure would have only worked in the past if I was retreating logically, therefore not challenging your behaviors. But because this time I'm not doing a logical retreat, there's going to continue to be a challenge to your group behaviors, and that challenge is going to be more logical than anything that you can piece together, which means you will collapse and corrupt against it. Therefore, this entire thing was pointless, and even if you manage to get me, I mean, I don't think you will. Actually, I know you won't. So I'm not sure what the game plan is for you guys on your side, but I'm pretty much just waiting.